Meera's long, jet black hair was her pride. It cascaded down her back like a waterfall, silky and radiant, a testament to years of care. Her hair turned heads on campus and became part of her identity. But today, everything was about to change. The confrontation started late at night when her parents caught her sneaking back into the house. They had always been strict but loving, emphasizing discipline and honesty. So, when they found out about Raj, her boyfriend, and the lie she had told to spend time with him, they were furious. "What were you thinking, Meera?" her mother shouted, her voice trembling with anger and disappointment. "You've betrayed our trust." Her father, usually calm, spoke firmly. "We don't mind you making friends, but sneaking out at night lying to us, this is not how we raised you." Meera stood silently, guilt washing over her. She tried explaining that Raj was kind and respectful, but they weren't willing to listen. "We need to teach you a lesson," her mother said the next morning. Meera's heart sank when she saw the scissors and clippers in her mother's hand. "Not my hair," Meera pleaded, her voice cracking. "Please, I'll do anything else." "This is for your own good," her mother said, her voice steady. "You need to learn to focus on your studies and understand the importance of trust." Her father nodded in agreement. "You need to grow from this, Meera. Actions have consequences." With a heavy heart, Meera sat on a stool in the middle of the living room. Her long hair hung loose, flowing over her shoulders like a dark curtain. Her mother gathered it into a thick ponytail and held the scissors poised to cut. The first snip was loud and final. Meera felt the weight of her hair leave her as the ponytail was severed. It fell to the floor like a fallen tree. Tears streamed down her cheeks, but she didn't resist. "It's not over yet," her mother said, turning on the clippers. The buzzing sound filled the room. Meera tilted her head forward as the clippers moved through her hair, reducing the uneven remnants to a short, boyish cut. Her reflection in the mirror was almost unrecognizable. When it was done, Meera ran her fingers through her short hair, feeling the unfamiliar texture. Her parents stood back, their expressions softening. "This isn't about punishing you, Meera," her father said gently. "It's about reminding you to prioritize what matters." Meera nodded silently, understanding the weight of their words. The next day, walking into college, she felt exposed. Whispers and stares followed her as her short haircut caught everyone's attention. But instead of hiding, Meera held her head high. She realized she wasn't just shedding her hair, she was shedding the guilt and carelessness that had led her here. Weeks passed, and Meera focused on her studies with renewed determination. One day, she ran into Raj on campus. He smiled when he saw her, his surprise evident. "You look different," he said, a hint of admiration in his voice. "I am different," Meera replied, her tone calm but firm. Raj nodded, understanding her unspoken words. Their paths had diverged, but the respect remained. At home, Meera's parents noticed the change in her. She stayed up late studying, volunteered for extra projects, and even started tutoring younger students. One evening, they stood in the doorway, watching her work. "She's growing up," her father said quietly, a hint of pride in his voice. Her mother smiled, looking at her daughter with a mix of love and regret. Sometimes, tough lessons lead to beautiful transformations. And as Meera glanced at her short hair in the mirror that night, she smiled. It wasn't just a haircut, it was a new beginning.